You're watching the 2025 SCAC Track and Field Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the Southwestern University men's and women's track and field programs. The Pirates will once again be led as they head into the season of the guidance of head coach Kenneth Eboh, along with leadership from junior Sebastian Loder on the men's side and first-year Jaycee Green on the women's side. And Coach Sebastian, Jaycee, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Coach, we'll open up with you. Heading into another season, it's evident from a distance the growth in these two programs over these last couple of years. I'm just interested, kind of, from your perspective, where you've seen kind of the biggest growth in these groups over the last few seasons, and how have your expectations changed, coming into this year compared to years past with that growth?
For sure. I think with this group specifically, with a great mix of upperclassmen and an influx of some really good underclassmen, it's seen our trajectory kind of skyrocket. We're extremely excited. Added a few more indoor competitions than we've done in the past to kind of prep us for the outdoor season. And now as we move to outdoor, it's fun seeing the folks compete. We've already had our first contest, of the season at home, which is, again, new for us. It's been our second time hosting, since I've been here. And so seeing kids develop and go through the process, the practice and the grind, it's exciting. Because this group is so far beyond the group when I first started here at Southwestern. It's exciting to see their development.
Sebastian, coming into this season, it's a big year for you, your junior year, first year as an upperclassman. Coach is talking about the growth and the evidence of the hard work that you and your teammates have put in. So I'm interested, just from a team perspective, what's the energy of this group? How has the chemistry on this men's team started to come together? What's motivating this team? And, what are you looking forward to most from a team perspective coming into this year?
Yeah, coming into this year, we've had really good energy. Everyone comes in every day ready to compete and get better, and we all really uplift each other each day and practice through a lot of competition, and we're really trying to see each other succeed at the highest level.
Jaycee, it's fun to join a program, I would imagine, that's continuing to build blocks and grow as they have for the last couple of years, and you're just a big part of that next step. And so coming into this first year, how has that transition gone for you as you come into this first year at the collegiate level? What are your expectations, just coming into this season? What are you looking forward to most as we get the season underway?
Yeah, the transition from high school to college has definitely been a little nerve-wracking. It's been a little anxiety-inducing, but it's definitely been great having a team that's very supportive and always ready, like Sebastian said, coming in to practice like with energy and ready to be there. So it makes it a lot of fun and just, it's just, you're ready for it. And so kind of expecting to have like a great season this season all around, not just myself, but the team.
Coach, it's been cool. Just, we talk about the growth and you see what these teams have done since you've taken over at the conference championships. Each season, both men and women have grown in terms of their point totals. Once again, besting last year, the season from a year ago. And so I'm just interested, what's your favorite part about being the head coach of these two programs? What have you grown to love about that space? And, how do you continue to push the envelope there at Southwestern?
For sure. I think the biggest thing that I'm always entertained with is with our student athletes' personalities. Track is, I think, seen from the outside in as this individualistic type of course, sport, that they have all these kids cross with multiple events that may not talk to each other or hang out, which we can be far from that. It's fun seeing the kids develop and grow, as I said earlier, in their own person, in their own young adults. And as they become that version of themselves, so comes their abilities, so comes their ability to communicate with their fellow teammates. And so seeing that aspect of the team has always been entertaining. And expectations for the team are high. As you mentioned, we've gone further and further each year we've competed at conference, and we're on that same path now. So I think everyone's excited to get back to running, throwing, jumping as we kind of inched closer towards the conference championship.
Sebastian, you're coming off of an outstanding sophomore campaign, which you turned in a top 10 finish at the SCAC championships in that 400. And I'm interested, just simply, how does it feel to be fast? What is that like? And for fans, what are some things that you focus on maybe in the small details that are really important when it comes to your training that fans might not understand on race day that contribute towards your success?
Yeah, well, being fast in my event, it hurts. 400 it's a rough event, and the faster you run it, the faster it's over. So that's a big part for me. And in my training, one of the things we have to focus on every day is making sure that we're running hard every single day so that when we get to the races, it doesn't hurt nearly as much. And really trusting the training we put in. And while it might not feel like that maybe at the first meet, but later on down the season, having that trust that all the work that you put in is eventually going to pay off.
Jaycee, I'm interested just from your perspective coming into this season, how has the chemistry on this women's team started to develop? How have the bonds started to form within these groups here? Coach talked about kind of everybody coming together and how much he enjoyed all the different talents and athletes from different perspectives coming together for that team, concept. So how has that chemistry started to develop on the women's side, and how important do you think that is just for the overall team success moving forward?
It's definitely been great. Just speaking specifically for the women's side, like I know we're all pretty close. It's nice to be able to go to your teammates even like outside of practice, outside of track, and have that relationship with them. And so it's definitely, the chemistry is definitely there. The bonds are definitely there. And even with the men's side too, like there's great support from the men's side. And so like just the team chemistry overall is just phenomenal. And I think that is very important when it comes to comp days and stuff like that, because I mean, if you don't have the support and, like you just need the extra little push, maybe, especially me coming in as a freshman, like I got nervous for our first meet, and then having like my teammates there to support me was that extra little boost that I needed, and then my results were great.
Coach, as you know, in college athletics, no team is ever the same. Each year brings new challenges and new personalities into the group. And so, from your perspective, a unique one, being with both of these programs on a day in, day out basis, from training to the bus trips, the road trips to meets and the meet days, and you've gotten to know these two teams. What have you learned about these groups that you want fans to know about these teams that they can be excited about for the supporters of both of these programs as we head into the outdoor championship stretch run?
The group is extremely dedicated. They have awful taste in music sometimes. I'm often have to sit in as a DJ and make sure practices run efficiently with my taste in music, being pretty eclectic and classical. But overall, I think what I want people to understand from the Southwestern team and this team as we grow and continue to compete is that they want to be successful. Right? They want to do the work that it takes, and they're prepared to sacrifice. I'm very blessed to have an amazing group of assistant coaches that are with the student athletes, along with myself, who are able to guide and really pour into the students. And they get to pull out the tidbits that I don't get to see every day in practice. And so just collectively, we're excited, and I want people to understand that we're here to compete and compete at the highest level.
And finally, as we wrap up with our two student athletes, when you've had conversations with some of the other teammates about some of the goals and expectations for these two seasons coming into this year, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what do you both see as being key for your groups to go out and accomplish those goals heading into the year?
Yeah, on my side, it's been a lot about continue that momentum from last year. We had a lot of individual conference championships, including a higher place finish than the previous year. We just want to continue that momentum into this year, continue to build and be successful. We want to continue to improve our relay times and really just make ourselves as competitive as possible.
It's kind of the same over here, just continually getting better, always looking for like a PR or just better march in general. And not only on top of that, but just being a better teammate to one another. And just, like Sebastian said, just gradually getting better.
And finally, Coach, as we wrap up with you, what's kind of been the message? It's cool just to hear from a couple of athletes, a couple of leaders in your program about their excitement, their goals and expectations coming into the year. So, with that in mind, what's been your message to kind of set the foundation of things that you want these groups to focus on to help support those goals and aspirations that they have heading into this year?
I think to keep it simple, is every meet, every competition practice is an opportunity to get better, and not to pour so much weight into one performance, because there will be another performance, will be another competition. And so even as we find some success in some meets and may falter, the student athletes understand that this is another step in the right direction. So that's probably been kind of across the board with all the coaches on the staff have been keep pushing forward, make sure that this meet doesn't define your season. Our season ends at the conference championship, and cross our fingers beyond that. But as we move forward, again, every opportunity to compete is one we have to cherish.
Southwestern University head men's and women's track and field coach Kenneth Eboh, along with leadership from junior Sebastian Loder on the men's side and first year Jaycee Green on the women's side. Coach Eboh and the Pirates will return to action when they take on the Trinity Invite on March 24th. Coach Sebastian, Jaycee, thanks so much for your time today. Best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.